All right, three, two, one, let's get it. Let me tell you a little bit about what's on my mind today. And it's about, the question I had for myself is like, how confident are you in making decisions for yourself? And I got to thinking about this because, I was talking to my daughter the other day, and she's young. She's graduating high school. And I was talking about taking risk, and you should start taking these risks. And I told her, I told her, like, look, start taking risk. It's okay to take these risks. You're young, so you can recover. And I got to thinking about this, and it's something about and I told her this, I'd like, as you get older, you get more cautious, and you kind of start following someone else's narrative, someone else's decisions, because I don't want to lose it all. I got a lot to lose. But I think also that comes with a steep price, because then you start kind of getting frustrated in life. And it seems like things aren't really coming together for you like you were hoping. And this thought came to me when I listened to the conversation between Kevin Hart and Stephen Bartlett. And Kevin was on Stephen's podcast. And Kevin was talking about a time when he had made the decision. He was just a total screw up. He's got a great book. It's back behind me. About his life. And Kevin was really a screw up. Didn't really know what he wanted to do in life or anything like that. And he decided he wanted to be a comedian. And so what do you always do when you make a decision? You tell your friends, which is sometimes the worst thing, because they just piss all over your dreams. And he told them, he's like, I want to be a comedian. And they questioned him, like, wait, what do you mean, like, comedian? Like, as a job? And he was like, yeah. And they were like, Kevin, bro, you're funny, man, but, like, you're not, like, Eddie Murphy kind of funny. And Kevin was like, yeah, I know, but I still want to be a comedian. And he said this, and this is the thing that really triggered this whole question for me. He said, nobody has the confidence in making decisions for your life like you do. Now, I'll just put the should in there. Nobody should have the confidence in making decisions for your life like you do. See, it was at that point he just made a decision. He declared it, and then he went after it. And Eddie Murphy was kind of his North Star. Now, he blew past Eddie Murphy and has now created a media empire that Eddie Murphy didn't even have access to. This gets me to thinking, what if he would have listened to their opinions? And then based on those opinions, what if he would have said, well, like, what do you mean? And then they gave him some decisions about his life through their narrow lenses. And whatever age they were, let's call it 18 years old. And so we got a decision for his life. What if that would have happened for Kevin Hart? Where would he be today? Nobody has the confidence in making decisions for your life like you do. And this begs the question, like, why do we do this? Why do we do this? And I think we do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's hard to think for yourself. If you think about it, since you were a child, someone told you what to do. And so you just follow that path. You went all through grade school. Someone told you what to do, where to show up, when a test was due, when a project, then you get to a job. I mean, somebody has been telling you what to do this whole time. And so I think one reason why we don't make decisions for our own life is because we've gotten into a habit of someone making decisions for us. That's number one. But going even further than that, it keeps the blame off of us. We don't make decisions for our life, and we follow someone else's decisions for our lives because it's easier to blame someone else than to take agency for your own life. I think this is why a lot of athletes, they had hundreds of millions of dollars and they're flat broke. They're on their ass. And they're like, this person was supposed to be investing my money for me, and they weren't. Well, really, and my heart bleeds for them, but see, you never took ownership of your money. You take somebody like Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather controls everything. It's his money. It's his fights. It's his decisions. He's the one who writes the check. He doesn't tell anybody else to write check. He's the one who writes the checks. He took agency. And I think a lot of times we kind of have these millionaire athlete mentalities where we're like, so when we follow someone else's decision for our life, and whether it be in where we live, to who we marry, to what jobs we take, or what jobs we leave and take something else, like, if you think about it, like, it's probably shocking how many decisions you take from others versus how many decisions that you make for yourself. And I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking to me too. Especially as I get older. I'm 52 years old. I don't want to make a mistake. And dude, that's a complete wrong way of actually looking at it. I want you to realize this. Number one, there's no bad decisions. There isn't. Maybe you didn't take into consideration. I'm not saying reckless, like nothing like that. But I'm saying at the end of the day, there's no bad decisions. You can make a decision and then you can course correct. You can make the decision right. But sometimes I think you have to be wrong on the way to being right. How else would you learn? I mean, if everything was just a money shot, you'd never learn anything. I mean, that's really not even learning. And really, if you're hitting the money shot every time, your goals are probably low and you're probably following someone else's decisions. Now that I'm sitting here talking this out. And so you can't make a wrong decision. Your job is to just stay in the game. If I lose more than you, I'm winning. Your job is to just be able to still stay in the game. So you can't have an all chips in mentality and no recovery. So, there's no wrong decision. If you do make the wrong decision, okay, make the decision right. Don't sit there and just sit in your own stool there. Learn from it. Course correct. Keep going. Because remember, I got to just stay in the game. I got to keep playing the game. Because things will go your way. You just, as you do, you course correct. You just adjust for the way. And there's so much learning. I mean, how many wrong things have happened in your life, quote unquote, and they ended up being right? Because you sifted out what worked for you. The rest of it, you didn't pay it any mind. You just discarded it. Sometimes you may need that experience 10 years later. I've talked about that before. And if I keep playing the game, stay with me now. If I keep playing the game, I learn to make decisions for myself. That creates independence and freedom, which is what you want in your life, right? You don't want to be nursing on somebody's tit for the rest of your life. You don't want people hanging that over your head. And you do want to start making decisions for yourself. That creates the freedom. The decisions you make creates the independence and freedom. That then creates the confidence. The confidence, not that everything's going to go right, but when it goes wrong, I have a faith and trust in myself that I can make it right. That forges your commitment. That increases your curiosity. That utilizes your creativity. And then you keep going. And so that's the only thing, man, I want you to just stay aware of as you go today. Number one, how often am I making decisions? And begin to play in other areas. Just begin to play with this a little bit. First thing, have an awareness. Second thing is begin to play with it a little bit. Okay, you can visit it and then come back to the safe thing. But as you do, man, you'll get a little bit further out, a little more sure. Okay? And then you'll begin to increase your confidence. And actually, it'll make life a little more fun. I mean, some of the best days are the days where I tried something new or got out there. It was totally foreign to me. And even the result may not have been perfect. Dude, you get kind of like an energy about you. You ever had that feeling? So that's the only thing I want you to do is I want you to have an awareness of what you're doing. I want you to have an awareness of, am I making decisions for myself? And then also, how many decisions am I just following because that's the easy thing to do? Case in point, like high schoolers graduate and go to college. Why? Because everybody else is doing the same thing. They don't know why they're doing it. They're just doing it. And I think a lot of times we continue to take that same mentality into the rest of our lives. Okay? So just pay attention to that today. Play with it a little bit. Begin to make decisions for yourself. That awareness, you'll get stronger. It'll be more confident. And remember, there's no bad decisions, right? You make the decision, then make the decision right. All right? Who needs to hear this episode? Who needs to start making decisions for their life? They're just, every time they call you, man, they're just upset on life. They're upset with their life. They're probably doing that because they're following someone else's decision path instead of creating. And that's the scary part, man, because then you own both ends of it. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. All right? Share this episode with one person who needs it. Let's get out of here. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. Never settle. Stay tough. Peace.